So, let's talk about AI. Is it really as amazing as everyone says, or is it just something different? That's the big question we're tackling today. We're going to look at everything from these massive, world-changing breakthroughs all the way down to, the daily frustrations we all feel when we're trying to use it. Let's dive in.
Okay, first up, let's talk about where AI is, without a doubt, incredible. I mean, get this. In Africa, conservation groups are using AI to protect elephants from poachers. It's not just about tracking them, they're using predictive analytics. The AI sifts through all this data, elephant movements, weather patterns, past poaching incidents, and it actually starts to anticipate where the threats are going to pop up before they even happen.
And it's not just elephants, not by a long shot. This stuff is being used to tackle some of our biggest, hairiest problems. We're talking about monitoring endangered tigers in India, using AI-powered drones to protect gorilla habitats from illegal logging. And then there's the holy grail of clean energy, nuclear fusion. AI is actually helping to stabilize those incredibly complex reactors, which, could one day give us limitless clean power.
So you hear all that, and it paints this picture of AI as this miracle worker, right? A tool that lets us finally go after challenges that were just too big, too complicated, or frankly too dangerous for us to handle on our own.
And this is a huge shift in how things are done. Think about it. Traditional conservation was always playing catch-up. It was reactive. You'd respond after something bad happened. It took massive teams, tons of resources, just for manual tracking. But AI just flips the script entirely. Suddenly, you can be proactive. You can use these predictive models to send your resources where they're needed most, before the poachers even get there. It's a total game changer.
And this role in high-risk situations is just so critical. I mean, take that nuclear fusion example. Trying to control superheated plasma, it's an insane scientific challenge. If just one sensor goes down, the whole experiment could be ruined. But now, they have an AI system that can actually reconstruct that missing data in real time. It's like a digital safety net that keeps the reactor running 24/7. And that kind of reliability, that's everything if we ever want to make fusion a real thing. Okay, so that brings us to the big paradox, right? If AI is smart enough to help run a fusion reactor, if it can save elephants, why does it completely fail me when I'm just trying to do something that feels way simpler? Why does it hallucinate, make stuff up, or just give me a confidently wrong answer when all I want to do is write a little bit of code or draft an email? What is going on there?
Well, there's actually a name for this feeling, this gap between what AI could do and what it actually does for us day to day. And it comes from a Reddit user of all places. They called it the uncanny valley of usefulness.
And man, this quote just nails it. AI is simultaneously too good to ignore, but not quite good enough to fully trust. It's so true, right? It feels like magic when you're brainstorming or getting it to summarize something, but the second you need it to be precise or handle some complex logic, it just falls apart. So you can't ignore it, but you definitely can't fully rely on it. And this gets to a really deep question. Is this thing actually reasoning, or is it just a super sophisticated parrot, compressing and repeating all the human reasoning it's been trained on? This isn't just a hunch we all have. It's a real, known problem in AI research. It's called epistemic opacity. It's a fancy term for black box. Think about something like AlphaFold, which solved the massive problem of protein folding. It works, but it's a black box. It gives us the right answer, but we have no idea how it got there, what principles it used. And that makes you wonder, are we just impressed by the answer itself, or are we falling for an illusion of understanding?
And this leads us to a really key insight, maybe the solution to this whole puzzle. It's not about AI replacing us, it's about who it helps the most. It seems like AI isn't a replacement for expertise at all. It's an amplifier for it.
There was this amazing study at MIT that shows this perfectly. They took over 1,000 scientists, gave them an AI tool for discovering new materials. And the result? The researchers who used the AI discovered 44% more new materials. I mean, that's a gigantic leap in productivity.
But here's the really interesting part, how it worked. The AI basically took over all the boring, tedious brainstorming. It just churned out idea after idea for new chemical structures. That automated like 57% of the idea generation work. So what did that leave for the scientist? Their job completely changed. It wasn't about coming up with ideas anymore. It was about this new, critical skill, evaluating this massive flood of suggestions coming from the AI.
But here's the kicker. The benefits weren't spread around equally at all. For the scientists in the bottom third, the AI didn't really help much. But for the top third, their output almost doubled. So why the huge difference? Well, the top scientists had the deep expertise, the domain knowledge, to look at all the AI's ideas and instantly filter them. They could spot the good stuff and throw out the junk, which really suggests something powerful. AI doesn't just make everyone a little better. It seems to make the great ones unstoppable.
So why? Why does AI act like this? So powerful one minute and so fragile the next. It feels almost magical. Well, the answer comes from this really cool concept from physics and computer science, and it's become key to understanding how these large models work.
The idea is called emergent abilities. And here's what it means. As you make an AI model bigger, you give it more data, more computing power, it doesn't just get a little bit better at what it does. Instead, at a certain point, totally new and unpredictable skills just appear. They emerge out of nowhere.
And this isn't some brand new AI thing either. A Nobel-winning physicist named P.W. Anderson was talking about this way back in 1972. He said emergence is when quantitative changes, just adding more of something, result in qualitative changes. The thing fundamentally changes its behavior. The best analogy is water, right? You can cool it down, degree by degree, more cooling, nothing really changes. But then you hit 0 degrees Celsius and bam, it freezes. It's not just colder water anymore, it's ice. Its behavior is completely different.
And that is exactly what happens with AI models. Researchers see this all the time. You take a small model and ask it to do, 3-digit math. Its performance is basically random guessing. You make the model bigger, a medium model, still random. You just keep adding more and more scale, and you see almost no improvement until all of a sudden you cross some invisible threshold, and the large model's performance just skyrockets. It's not a gradual slope up, it's a sudden jump, a phase transition, just like water to ice. And that's why AI's progress feels so weird and unpredictable.
So, what does this all mean for us? The people actually trying to use this strange, powerful, and frankly, unpredictable new tool. Well, it means we have to completely rethink what our work looks like and what skills actually matter now.
And this leads to the really big question, doesn't it? Does AI replace our thinking, or does it actually force us to become better thinkers? Think back to that MIT study. The most valuable skills weren't about coming up with ideas, they were about evaluation and judgment. The AI could spit out 1,000,000 ideas, but you still needed a human expert to know which ones were gold and which ones were garbage. So maybe the true value of AI isn't about the answers it gives us at all. Maybe it's about how it makes us ask better questions and think more clearly. And that kind of leads to one last really provocative thought. This AI, its ability to generate ideas endlessly, to spot patterns we'd never see, to work with a logic that's totally alien to us, it's like it's holding up a mirror to humanity. It shows us all the ways our own thinking is sloppy or inefficient or just plain limited. So, is it possible that the most amazing thing about AI has nothing to do with its own intelligence, but everything to do with what it reveals about the power and the absolute necessity of our own human judgment?